Hey guys, you got me. I am DJ Strick and I am so happy to be with you today. Now, let me be clear. I handled this right, get the right microphone. Okay, hopefully you can hear me a little better now. This is the Streamers Hub, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got me inside of OneStream Live's YouTube channel. And we're doing some things. Actually, we're continuing some of the talks that we had last month about multi-streaming. Guys, I have more to talk about. So if you can come on in, hang out with me, and if you were in the replay or even if you're watching this live, if you'll just type in the comments that you're here watching and where you are watching from, and then if you learned something today that really sparks your creativity and you want to let me know, just hit the like button. All right. Do that for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that as well. And if you are someone that would like to be a part of our streaming partnership program, guess what? You could be on OneStream Live's YouTube channel just like me. We're looking for creators to do that. All you have to do is send one of your social media profiles, preferably one of the ones that you have the most interaction on, to content at onestream.live. Again, that's content at onestream.live. Would love if you'd be a part of our program. Also, if you're someone looking to monetize what you do, and you know, like me, affiliate marketing is just the way to go, you can earn 55% commission with OneStream Live. Yes, so if someone uses your affiliate link and actually purchase OneStream Live, you get 55% commission off of that sale. Guys, that is a awesome deal. All right. That being said, I want to jump, excuse me, right into the content for tonight. We've been talking about multi-streaming for a while now. You know, with OneStream Live, you get up to 40 plus social media platforms. And some of the ones that are not on our list, all you really need is a way to get your custom RTMP code to or from that site that you're trying to go live on. And guess what? You could be there just like you're there with Facebook on the profiles page, your business page, and into any Facebook group. So let's take a look at that really quick. I hadn't set this up yet, but I want to see if I can just go ahead and show you guys all the destinations you could go to with OneStream Live. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. See if it can get me to those destinations, and I'll show you. There it is. Now let me share my screen here with you. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is what basically that page would look like. You got Facebook, your page group, profiles, LinkedIn profile or page. Get Twitter, and we know, of course, that's X right now, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. And then there's several others here: Instagram, TikTok. If you can go live on Instagram, Amazon Live, Hop In, Stream. You got Vimeo, Telegram, and then some others there. There's tons of ones that you can get onto. And again, you also have the ability to do your custom RTMP to get to any site you want to. Tonight, our talk basically is about how you're able to use multi-streaming and use it in a way where you could actually do online learning for people. Like, is this really the future of online learning? Can you help students in your audience learn using multi-streaming, and of course being able to communicate in a way where people can learn, in a way where it's accessible, and in a way that they can then transition what they learned to actually putting it in use. So this is a couple of things I want to go down a couple of questions first. For you to be thinking about online learning, like, is this really the future of education? Because right now, there are millions of dollars spent on sites like Teachable. Um, I mean, there are tons of sites out there. Um, while I say that, I'm just going to Google it really quick. Online learning sites, Skillshare. I should have got me Udemy. Um, there's something that says ABC course. I'm not sure what that is. 30 best online course learning. I don't want Upwork is a place. The Muse, Guru 99. These are just ones that are coming up really, really quick at the top of the list. And there are more. But I've heard of Skillshare, like all the time you hear about Skillshare. I said Teachable, um, Udemy, and these are all places you can go to actually learn. Future Learn, Code Academy, LinkedIn Learning. All this stuff is online, and it's teaching. And the question is this the future of learning? Because if you know how to use a feature like a system like OneStream Live, you're able to build content inside of this system, multi-stream the content, but also have it available for on-demand learning. So if you're a teacher or a content creator that does how to, you're teaching all the time. This is what I want to do. I'm going to ask a couple of questions to start off. And as I'm asking these questions, you'll be able to kind of get an idea of where you are in the process. Do you believe, and we're going to go through this together, do you believe online learning is the future of education, or do traditional methods still have a significant role to play? Now, of course, I do believe that traditional learning methods, in some sense, especially in elementary, preschool, high school, but as you get into the college ranks, a lot of the classes now, guess what, are online. A lot of people don't know that a lot of the college courses, yes, they still want you to be on campus. Yes, there's still classes you can go to, but there is way more learning online than there ever have been before. Not only is it good because you can have students from all over the world, but it's extremely cheaper for the student and for the school to do it online. That's in the college ranks, okay? But there are even some occasions where high school classes are done online for various reasons. I mean, it's there. Here's another question. And you may have the answer to this question. I don't know. You may think about this differently. And you do, guess what? Put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say about what we're talking about tonight. Is online learning the future of education? Here's another question. What are the main advantages of online learning to make it a potential game changer for the future of education? And one of the game changer is the economics of it. It's cheaper. Now, it's cheaper for people to do it worldwide. If you are doing it, if you are having courses online, it is a way for you to monetize it to make more money. Like Udemy courses, Skillshare courses, all these things are teachable. Think Thinkific. I think I may have said that wrong, but that's close to the name of the software. Basically, these softwares have people upload their work, and every time someone is looking to how to do something, they find your course, pay for your course under these platforms. People are making millions of dollars doing it. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's out there, it's happening. Millions of dollars are spent on these platforms. Okay, hear what I'm saying, on these platforms for not only online learning, but on demand online learning. So sometimes these things are live and sometimes they are basically on demand pre-recorded videos that you now have the ability to go in and learn from. All right. So what's the next question? Well, I hope I answered that question. What are the main advantages? I said money, time, flexibility. What are the main advantages of online learning that makes it a potential game changer for the future of education? And again, I would say the real game changer is the fact that it's the flexibility of it, that you don't have to be in the building at this time with this teacher, because you could do it online and it could be on demand. And it's extremely cheaper because if that teacher has already taught that class and all they have to do is put a camera up in there while the teacher is teaching, but they can then sell that worldwide, that's one of the advantages. True advantages. All right. Next question. Are there any drawbacks or challenges associated with online learning that might hinder its widespread adoption as a primary method for education? So, the only thing that really hinders online learning is the fact that some people may not learn well that way. We have some people that, they need different types of methods other than just watching a video to kind of get the concepts that are being taught sometimes. So you may get that as a drawback, but I don't think that is much of a drawback to where it can potentially stop the widespread use of on demand learning. Now, we did learn that elementary age and high school age kids really missed the ability to be in school during the pandemic, where they were virtual a lot of the times. And I get that they needed the social aspect of school, but once you get into college, there's other things that you learn to do as a young adult for companionship and for friendships and fellowships. You don't really need that. What you really need could really be done in a video that you can watch on your own. Okay. Good question, though. Next question. How can online learning platforms ensure the same level of student engagement and interaction as traditional classrooms? That is another good question. And it's all based on the teacher that you have. Like, you got to have somebody to know what they're doing. Okay. You have to have somebody that knows how to engage. And there's a friend of mine that actually teaches adjunct professors how to do what she calls active learning. In the classroom, physically, there's things that you can do to actively learn by playing games. But online, you really have to be engaging to do the active learning model. It can be done. You may need some additional software more than just a computer and a camera and a microphone and lights. You may have to use something like Cahoots. It is an online game that people could actually play. They would need a second device with them, but they can be on their phone watching, and then they can be on their tablet actually playing the Kahoot game. And that game is connected to the group, and it's interactive, live right there with you. So those are things that you can do to kind of engage your audience as you're doing your live and as you're teaching. Okay. Now, I really like that question. In what ways can online learning be personalized to cater to individual learning style and preferences? Again, that really does go into the content creator and the person that is actually presenting. Now, I will tell you, as a content creator, your vibe, your personality, how you do what you do, it would attract the people that like how you present. You will attract the people that you like how you teach. They like how you use examples. They like how you present the material. You will find that as you create more, people will find you. It's like, hey, I really like this guy. I really like this young lady. I resonate with her. Not only is she teaching, she's doing ABC, that I really get it. It helps me to get it. Okay. So I say, as you are building it, making sure that you have as much as your personality in what you are doing and really go into what you have going on. Okay. So the next thing, next question here. And I want to be sure I didn't say this already. In what ways can online learning be personalized? I said that. Did I answer whether it could be personalized to catch the individual learning style and preferences? I changed that to the teacher because the teacher, in the case of this being a content creating world, my style of teaching is going to attract the people that like my style of teaching. So how do I personalize it? I personalize it by the examples that I use and knowing who's in my audience and actually calling people's names to make sure they're engaged. Now, of course, we have comments that you can throw up on the screen. With OneStream Live, you have different ways that as you see people are making comments to call their names out. There's several ways that you can actually make it work where it can be personalized, especially if you know the people that signed up for your course or your class while you are live. All right, there's a way to do that. Do you think the shift towards online learning will impact a sense of community and social interaction among students? Again, when I talked about the pandemic and we have elementary age students and high school age students, I know they suffered with the social impact of being away from each other. But it just wasn't during school hours. It was basically all day they didn't have any social contact. So there is a gaining. I mean, it is gaining as far as how high schools are now online, or we may have a high school for the whole state that is online high school that people can sign up for. And more students are signing up for those courses or that system every year. I think it is on the rise and I don't think that it will overtake the traditional schools, but I do think that having these online classes is going to be a game changer for students who really need it. Um, I was this weekend. I was in my hometown, and I was doing the 30-year reunion and a 30-year high school reunion. I'm aging myself. It just is what it is, right? And we had talked to some people. A lot of our classmates came, and then there were some classmates that really felt like, hey, my experience in high school was not that great because kids can really be mean. If you are online and people are learning, there's a way to establish community around the people that you see in class, depending on how the system is set up. But there are also things that you can do outside of the online classroom to build your own community, whether that's a group for this class. Even in colleges where they have labs and you go into your lab to learn more, there could be labs based on the material that you're going over that could really help you as well. And I say that because being in the traditional school sometimes could add an additional level of stress, additional level of anxiety based on people's differences. Like young adults or young children, young humans don't like people that are different and could really bully them because of their differences. It's not till you get older do you understand everybody has some type of difference, but when you're younger, you want everybody to fit into a particular mold that you think is right. And that's not always the right way to be, or that's not the right way to be. And what happens is young children will bully, will talk, will say things that they shouldn't say to people, and you can have a bad experience in school just because you're different. Online learning gives you an opportunity to do it in your own space, okay, around your own family or people that you choose to be around, and you don't have that pressure from other students to kind of form into whatever they want you to be. All right. Now I know that's like some psychology in there and all of that, and I'm not trying to get into that, but I am explaining how If you answer these questions, you can get yourself in the right mindset of how online learning could really be the future of education. Let me keep going here. What role do emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence and virtual reality play in shaping the future of online education? Oh my goodness. I have this Quest thing here that I don't use as often as I would like to, but this is really cool that you could basically put on this headset and be in this virtual reality, which could be a classroom. So just like how I am teaching or talking now, you can have your virtual headset on, be in a classroom with other people, and actually see my video on the wall that I'm teaching right now. That is possible. Okay. So a teacher could be live. You can be in a classroom setting with your Quest headphones or artificial reality headset on, earpieces, the whole nine, and be in the classroom around other people. And you can have your own customized avatar while you do it. There, you got to be thoughtful. You got to be thoughtful. All right, what's the next thing? Next question. Can online learning effectively address the diverse needs of students, including those who may learn differently? It can. It can. One of the things about online learning, I said earlier that it's cheaper. So, what if schools decide that, hey, we want to have multiple teachers for the same class? And what happens is you get an opportunity to see who you resonate best with, who teaches it best on your level to where you understand it. And basically, you go with that person. There are so many different ways that people learn. Maybe somebody's there is a little bit more upfront at how they say, hey, look at this thing. I want to teach you about remotes today. Oh, look at the remote. You may have somebody that's better at that than understands how to do adaptive learning and all that other kind of stuff. So, it's possible that online learning could address all of the needs. I don't think any way addresses 100% of the needs, even the traditional way. But man, doing it on your own time could be a big deal. All right, so the next one. How might the job market respond to a generation of students who have primarily experienced online education? Um, Technology is growing so rapidly. Have you ever watched a 2-year-old play with a iPad? It's like it's so intuitive for them without any learning, without any teaching, they could swipe through pages and get to where they want to go. I've seen it myself. Like it's so intuitive, the technology that we have right now. There will be a group of people. Yes, I do think that some of our young people, even today, struggle with community, struggle with the anxiety of being around other people. They struggle with that. So we will have to kind of work that out. But if you're on the other side of creating content that's for online learning, I believe the sky's the limit. We haven't tapped into it all yet. Don't worry, even though millions of dollars have been spent on some of these platforms I talked about earlier, there's still an opportunity for you to make some content that people could use for online learning. Just think about it. What's next? Are there any specific subjects or skills that are better suited with online learning? And are there areas where traditional classroom settings remain more effective? I think it remains more effective for people that need to be in the classroom. Traditional learning is more effective to our younger years, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary age. But once they get into high school, I do feel like, for the most part, that a student should be able to concentrate long enough to be able to get the gist of the information that is being given to them. Okay. Those are some of the questions that I have. And I want to talk a little more about some of the things that I think you should understand, like understanding your audience. If you're creating content that could be used for online learning that we think is the future, Who is the audience that you're making that content for? You want to know that, number one. It's nothing like shooting in the wind and saying, hey, I don't know what I'm doing, because everybody can tell you don't know what you're doing. The best thing is to do something with a plan in mind. All right. So that's the next thing that I want to say: clarity and structure. Present content in a clear and organized manner. Use logical structure and modules or lessons built upon where lessons build upon each other and facilitate a smooth learning progression. Like that right there is the whole show. Okay. And I'm giving you clarity on this. And it's talking about clarity and structure. Like if you're doing online learning, if you're teaching how to, you're a content creator using multi-streaming to get your information out there, people are going to use this as on-demand learning. How would you want them to see you? And I think you want them to be clear about who you are, clear about the message that you're teaching about, and then you could show them the confidence in who you are as a person because you know your material. All right. You want to have interactive elements. I talked about this already. You want to have some things that will engage your audience so you can kind of draw them into what you're doing. Okay. And if you see somebody, for whatever reason, your content creating, you're using a platform where you can see, be smart about how you interact with people that you can see. All right. I see you watching. I see you just yawn. Hey, let's try this. I want you to answer this question. Okay. It will go a long way. Um, Multi-modeling content, use a variety of content formats, such as videos, text, infograms, and interactive exercises. This caters to a different learning preference and enhances the overall learning experience. Yeah, I completely agree with that. If you can find ways to kind of throw a couple of different learning styles into your presentation, if you have time to do it, I think that will go a long way. Because I will be honest, some people are into the details. You can tell they're really oriented. Well, you can have people like me that could care less about a detail. Let's go to A to Z as fast as we can. Like there's some people out there that believe that way and really work towards that. I believe that you can come up with a plan and still go slow and easy to engage. But that being said, there are ways that you can do the engagement piece with a multi streaming platform. Okay. Engaging visuals. Visuals can significantly enhance comprehension. All right. So there's no way of getting around it. If you can find, hey, I have one remote, I have two remotes. Together, I have one remote here, one remote here. Together, how many remotes do I have? One here, one here. Guess what? I have two remotes. Now, that's completely elementary, kindergarten level, all of that. But I'm just showing you the elements of how easy it can be when you are teaching to add visuals and how those visuals draw you in. You had a choice to make as you were watching the visuals that I did, whether you're going to engage with the remotes or not. Like he's just sitting on his desk. He didn't even think about what he was doing, but it worked. Okay. It worked. You want to be able to also clearly communicating learning objectives, instructions, and experiences, provide a roadmap for the course, helps learners understand what they will gain from your course. I'm making it simple for you. If you guys get this, you are well on your way to being great. I mean, great content creators that are doing online learning. So, there's also feedback mechanisms. Establish a mechanism to help feedback. Now, our feedback is the comments, of course. Like you can tell me however you thought about today, good, bad, or indifferent. You can just put that into the notes, or you can, check the box saying that you were here. All of those things make sense. All right. Accessibility, ensure that your content is accessible to a diverse audience. Now, if you put it up on YouTube, guess what? It's a diverse audience. All right. Including those with disabilities. You want to be mindful that people with disabilities maybe not being able to hear. So you want to do something with subtitles or make those subtitles available for people. YouTube is a great way to be able to do that, to be sure that the subtitles show up on the screen so that anybody could have fun while they watch your video. Tech-friendly approach. Recognize the technology proficiency of the audience and design can actually make it user friendly. So you want to be sure that you're doing all you can to make sure that when you program a button, the button on your platform that you're using goes to the right direction. It is oh so important. And then out of that, depending on how you do it, you can really build a community around your multi-streaming, using it as a platform to learn and also as a opportunity to help somebody else. Okay. I didn't move my mouse. I thought maybe that was the last one. I got a couple more here, but I was talking about building a community. Now, continuous improvement, regularly gather feedback and analyze data on learning engagements. I like that. So if you have some way for one thing Udemy has, they can tell you how long someone actually watched one of your videos. It's like, man, that's great. It's easy. We can just have people watching until you um until you actually build something and people are not watching it. That gets to be really tough. I'm telling you. But you want to be sure that you're regularly upgrading what you do. Don't have to do it on a weekly basis, but a monthly basis, you might want to upgrade just to keep the people's attention. Okay. And that's some of the things I wanted to go over today as we're, taking this masterclass, that multi-streaming boot camp seriously. I want you to understand the things that I talked about tonight. I want you to go back and watch this video and say, was he right in some of the things that I said? Is he explaining this in a way that I can learn and know and do? I think I am, but I want to be sure you are getting this. And I will be talking about subjects like this all month. So please go back, watch the whole show in the replay, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel and lock in with me for the rest of the month as I talk about how you're able to use multi-streaming in so many different ways. It is a continuation from what we did last week, but my goodness, we're going deeper. Like, yes, we're going deeper. And I asked some questions and answered some questions today, and I hope that you learned something. And again, if you did, hit the like button for me. And I will see you guys next week. This is really, really cool. Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I've had an awesome time with you today. Thank you for watching another edition of the Streamers Hub right here on OneStream Live.